Listen, check this out. Entrepreneurship, it's not for everybody, okay? And I'm not saying that like it's a secret club that we are in, that only the special among us. You really got to be somewhat crazy to think you can go out on your own and you don't need a job. It's a guy I know in lawn care. He hurt himself, I want to say a week ago. Simple, he was just cleaning out his garage, slipped and fell, and he fell on something. He broke two ribs and punctured his lung. He didn't know he did that. When he slipped and fell, your adrenaline moving, you hurt yourself, and you go in there and lay down. He's an older guy, probably in his 50s. So about 2 days later, he's out working. We work in the heat. It's getting hard for him to breathe. So when he made it home, he called the ambulance. They took him to the hospital. They said, man, you got a punctured lung, and your lung is filling up with blood. Now, you're an entrepreneur. Your business, your one-man operation is how you feed yourself. Now you're hurt. You can't go to your job and say, man, put me on light duty. You can't go to your job and say, let me start getting my lost time pay, or let me use vacation time or sick leave so I can still get a check. Everybody screams they want entrepreneurship and the stuff hit the fan. Like, yes, you will make more money as an entrepreneur at times. At times, you will have months, I'm gonna just use hypothetical numbers. You will have some months when you bringing in $30,000. Let's just say March, April, and May, you pull in 30,000 each month, 30, 30, 30. Now, as an entrepreneur, you have bigger bills than the average guy that's going to work. You may be running some heavy equipment. Like, y'all don't understand, like some of this equipment get up there. I'm not talking about lawn care, but if you see a guy that do like land clearing and dozer work, man, the machine's 140,000. Those notes like 2,300 a month. So, and you have all of that. You got $2,300 a month machine note. You're not trying to pull that kind of equipment around with a $5,000 truck. So you're gonna need about a $40,000, $50,000 truck to pull that with. That's another $1,500 a month. So you'll be pulling in $30,000 a month, but your overhead will be $10,000 a month. So those 3 months you're making $90,000. Go ahead, put 60,000 off to the side for savings, because March, April, and May you made that money. June, July, you might not make no money. So you have to understand that with entrepreneurship. And another thing with entrepreneurship, if you don't work, you don't eat. I'll say it again. If you don't work, you don't eat. So you may have to miss the parties and miss the celebrations so you can keep working, so you can keep eating. That's the side that everybody glorify the independency, but they don't talk about that. When stuff hit the fan and equipment tear up and you lose a contract and you go from doing 30 a month, so now you're doing 12. And all my bills was 10. I'm only got an extra 2 now. Hey, find more work or go get a job. So you really have to look at that when you really say you want entrepreneurship, because you're laying it all on the line. Some people win big, some people lose. But a lot of y'all only hear about the people that's winning. You don't hear about the people that's losing. You don't hear about the guy that left his full-time job and bought a $70,000 machine to go clear land with, and it didn't work. And now he's lost his seniority at his job, and they repossessed the machine, and now he's behind on his mortgage. Now you got to hurry up, run out, either find more work for that machine or go find him another job. That's the reality of entrepreneurship. You don't work, you don't eat. It's not just because you're making money in your business, don't mean you need to spend it. It's when stuff gonna hit the fan. It's not if. And I will be honest and say the majority of the money I make in my business, I put it right back in the business. I don't try and hold on to everything. Now, if I see a piece of equipment that's gonna make my life easier, I'm gonna buy it. Like, for instance, to nobody, This don't mean nothing to a lot of people, but it means something to me. When I did maintenance on my machines, I got an air compressor at my house, and um, I would have to turn the air compressor on, change blades, do this, do that, and I started thinking like, but anyway, my kids, boy, they're right crazy. Like I said, look, I used to, when it was time for me to do change blades on my mower, I got this air compressor I've been having for 5 years, and right now I need some more hoses. I just need to get another hose for it. But probably need another impact gun. But I don't need another impact gun. Everything's fine. But I started thinking like, bro, you need to upgrade. Why don't you get a Milwaukee impact that operate off a battery? And I looked at the price on it. It's like $240. I already had impact Milwaukee drill with the battery, the charger. And I looked at it, I said, man, $240. I can change my mower blades in the field. And now I put all of my money back in my business, all of it, because you get a better return, you get better equipment, you get work done faster. I'm maintaining 105 properties as a solo guy, right? And that's kind of unheard of, but the equipment makes it easier for me. The equipment makes it easier. And it's not, entrepreneurship is cool when it's going your way. It's when stuff start hitting the fan. That's when it's not cool anymore. When you start dealing with disgruntled clients, that's when it's not cool no more. When you start losing money, that's when it's not cool no more. When you go spend your money on materials and then the client backs out on the job, that's not cool. Or well, that's why you need to take a deposit. That's true. You do need to take a deposit and cover yourself. But some things, you order 3 pallets of sod from the nursery and they send you 2 pallets that's dead. Like, you gotta, entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. Okay, you cannot be a panicky person. You can't be a guy that quits real easy. And you have to deal with people. You know how many out of those 105 properties? You know how many idiots you got to deal with? People that'll call you and text you about dumb junk, but they paying good. So it's like, should I fire this person or should I just deal with it? And I got a guy I'm fixing to fire. He paid big money, but I don't care. My peace of mind is worth more.